I think the old magic found its way back into our world through a dream. Just a dream. Nothing more.
Your project is to identify everyone with talent?
Yes.
Even if it's just potential and even if they haven't used it yet?
Damn it, I shouldn't have told you.
Is that what it does?
Oh, hi. I didn't see
God damn it.
God damn it, why?
I told you it's going to keep happening. So, I damn well did, in fact, see them there. Though I don't see them there, I see a camera.
Yeah, like you've never seen
You've never
anyone
seen
there.
them there.
The entire world, all at once.
No idea the things I've seen. No idea at all. Hey, welcome to The Reliables here on the Zombie Orpheus Entertainment Channel on Twitch. I'm James Durham. I'll be your host and GM. We're doing a great interactive live stream tabletop RPG show. And I got some great people I want to introduce you to first.
And us.
Yeah, and then, these people are sitting at the table with me. Let's start with Xander Layden, everyone. Xander Layden.
Hello, this is my camera? It looks like it is. I'm Xander Layden, and I'm playing Paul, the last Sodian, a very smart rock person. Paul is got a very distorted sense of time. They take their time. They have a hard time estimating time. And they make good decisions. The moral compass and heart of the gang. And MTV's Teen Choice Awards winner, Best RPG Live Play Character. Paul, everybody. Oh, this is what they look like.
Thank you, Xander. We are also joined by Helen Roundhill, everybody. Helen.
Oh, hi.
Now they know that laugh isn't Owen.
No, it's me. I'm back. And I am playing Princess Hedgehog, magic user, and obviously the best part of the gang. If you are judging bestness by how many social media followers you have. Yeah, that's right. Going across the metaverse, making friends, and garnering followers. Princess Hedgehog, magic user, and moral compass of the team. If you're pointing in the wrong direction. So, I'm just going to run one way. You can follow me or you can't. Either way.
Fair.
There's a direction being taken.
That's right. She's a doer.
Yeah.
Not a shower.
We are also joined by Dave Beecham, everyone. Dave.
Hello, everyone. Nice to see you all today. I play Warren Winston Williams, a seasoned adventurer, wilderness explorer, intrepid explorer of the world and awesome things. I like to tell stories of where I've been, what I've done, and things always tend to work out for me regardless of how dumb I am. I mean, how intelligent I am. And wrong direction was my boy band.
Nice.
Accurate. And of course, we've got Christian Doyle, everyone. Christian Doyle.
Where? Oh, hey, here I am. It's me, Christian Doyle. I'm playing Jonamox, a shapeshifter, sort of. A thief, definitely. Former criminal, absolutely. Former, yes. Now he's just a rogue metapilot, you see.
Uh-huh.
And that's got more of a pirate, like he's an outlaw, sure, but he's not a criminal. He's a. Okay, yeah, no, all right. You make a point without saying any word. That's fine. Yeah. Anyway, he shifts shape because he's a shape shifter. Also, he does other things, right? Mostly he just quips. He quips, he stabs, and sometimes he turns into a puddle of goo. Ladies and gentlemen, Jonamox.
That is the most accurate description of a character I have ever heard on the show. Thank you. Well, you've met everyone here, and you're here too, but you're not here. But you're here because you're here, and you're here because you can use our store mechanic to play along with this. Not only can you, keep us fed and watered and clothed for less than $3 a day, but you can also influence this show live as it's happening. You can add to it, you can subtract to it, you can make things more or less fun or entertaining, or just control us like puppets on strings. And you're going to do that through a store. And Helen, why don't you tell us what they can do with that store?
I would love to tell you what we can do with that store. The store is a little bit truncated today, and you will see why in just a second. So we are going to start all the way at the top with a shout out. If you want your words to be read by a robot on the screen, that's what the shout out is for. You can give us suggestions. You can insult us. Don't insult us. I'm very fragile. A Benny saved is a Benny earned. You can purchase us a Bennies. Bennies are used to re-roll dice, to pull different cards, to soak damage, and, generally to be cool. I can also get more power points from them, so hey, baby. Jam the works. Do you want to do the same thing but for James? Spoiler alert, you don't, but you do it anyway. I don't know. And there are 5 of them already in the store, so don't. Okay, so win, lose, or draw. We can win, lose, or draw, and we can draw another card with that. And we can see whether or not we're going ahead of all of the dastardly villains in the initiative. I almost said intermission. My brain's not working. Dance, magic, dance. Do you want us to dance for you like meat puppets? Well, here's your chance. Dance, magic, dance. All right. Story time. Do you want to know about our dark, twisty pasts? Oh, I bet you do. That's what a story time is for. Reliable source. Do you want to hear what we're thinking in the moment about all of these amazing people around us and or the situation? That's a reliable source. We will step into the Big Brother truth box. I don't know. I haven't seen Big Brother. And talk directly to you. Getting an education. It's kind of like a Benny for James on steroids. So once again, I implore you, don't buy them. But if you do, they will benefit James. Rule of cool. Do you want to know what we would do? Physics be damned and dice rolls be not dice rolled. You can purchase a rule of cool, and we will come up with the coolest thing that we can think to do in that moment. Whoever you then vote for, their pitch to you succeeds without a hitch, and everybody else has to roll for their insane plans. Finally, we have a hack attack. Do you want to do a rule of cool, but it's yours and yours alone? That's a hack attack. You can change the game in some pretty outrageous ways. You can send a giant sentient flood. You can send a beaver in a golden box.
Well, are those the same thing?
Wait. Is it my lucky day? That's a hack attack. All right. That's the fastest I've ever done the story. I hope so.
Yeah, I think it might be.
That is
Just under 15 minutes.
Speedrun strats.
good speed run there. Thank you all.
Clip through
Thank
the
you very
wall
much.
and.
So, being a tabletop RPG, we play an RPG. A tabletop RPG, in fact, where you roll dice.
We're not just here for tea time and.
No, that's later. That's the next show.
That's the next show. Next show we're having tea
The next
time.
show
I
is
like
just
that.
tea time. And
I'm not mad about
we
it.
do that with a wonderful set of game rules. Christian, you want to tell us what we're doing and how we're doing it?
Yes, I do. Here on the Reliables, we play a role-playing game called Savage Worlds Adventure Edition by Pinnacle Entertainment Group. It is fast, furious, and fun. Play any kind of genre you can think of. Any one. I'm telling you, if you can think of it in your brain, you could probably play it in this game. Ha! It's Savage Worlds. It's savage. There are worlds. It's basically all in the name. How it works is very, very simple. All of our traits and skills are used with die types from a D4 all the way up to a D12, and then we add bonuses on top of those. You roll the die type along with a wild die. You go for the highest number you can get. You're shooting for a difficulty of 4, so even somebody with a low die type can succeed. And when you hit the highest number on your die, you get to explode that die and roll it again and add that number to the number you just rolled. It's all basic arithmetic. You already knew this, even if you didn't go to school. It's Savage Worlds Adventure Edition by Pinnacle Entertainment Group. Savage Worlds. Fast, furious, fun, done.
That was impressive.
I know.
Yeah, impressive.
I never learned numbers.
That's okay. You don't need to know them. 'Cause
You
you're
just
an
need to be
actor.
charming.
Yep. Never
Well,
used
that
them.
I can do. Hello? I can do.
Good. Perfect. You got it down already. So we've been doing some stuff in this season so far, haven't we? Some stuff and some things.
Oh, yeah, things and stuff have been done. And
Stuff.
What happened last 2 weeks?
Well, you know, James, I'm
I
glad
forgot.
I'm glad you asked. You didn't. You're the only one here who hasn't pickled their brain in some way in the last couple of weeks. So you know better than any of us what happened. However,
I do.
here's what's been going on.
Okay, tell me about it.
After the revelation of last season, where we found out that the villain of last season was actually probably trying to do something for the greater good of the metaverse, our pilots decided to go rogue from the masters of the metaverse and thwart their plans to stop things before they happen. Now, to do so, they realized that they were going to be completely outnumbered and outgunned, so they have been taking precautions over the last couple episodes to make sure that when the time comes to face them, that they don't necessarily have to do that. The first thing that they did was they went to the land of Questlandia, where some of them took the avatars of great heroes of that land, and then Jonomox went down with them in human form, or shape-shifting character form, and they stole an entire dragon's horde along with a tribe of Borks and a dragon.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah. And now have a cool teleportation system for the ship. So when we do get chased down by said masters of said metaverse, we can, GTFO real darn quick. But that's only phase 1 of our master plan. So we have to move on to phase 2, which is getting allies.
And that's what today's show is all about. And our 3 intrepid heroes here, Princess Hedgehog,
Oh, yeah,
Paul,
that's me.
and Warren Winston Williams III, have been gathered with Pierce and Jonomox to discuss the details of their mission today. So, Jonomox, you've read the file on the Weird West. You want to give them a rundown of how this place is? And
Yeah. So I have not been here, but I've read all the files from the masters, and what we're dealing with as far as tech level goes is everything seems to kind of be in this perpetual mid-19th century thing. In Earth Prime terms, late Industrial Revolution.
Oh, sure.
Wild West, that kind of thing.
Oh, yes. Steam engines and
Right.
pistol
Up
guns.
to and including like Wild West style heroes. Here's the thing: there's definitely magic here. We've seen that on a number of occasions with a couple of the avatars, and while not the flashiest type of magic, it is still, rewriting the building blocks of creation. So maybe watch out for a little bit of that while you're there. Anything that has been, I guess, fetishized or looked upon as a legend of the West seems to exist here in its purest, most over-the-top form, near as I can tell. Like Johnny Appleseed is an immortal wanderer who can plant trees and make them grow instantly and ages with the seasons, and it's weird. Oh, the guy in charge of Texas is not just a famous writer who wrote a book about, I want to say, slavery or precocious white kids, or both, but also a werewolf hunter of some renown. Let's see. Yeah. So you kind of see, like, I don't know if you've read any of these stories, but like, there's like a tall tale in the American West about like a guy who like rides on a whirlwind because he's a great cowboy and he can rope anything. In this
Pick
world,
those
that guy is actually riding around on a tornado.
And why would you not? It's a very effective way to get around, actually. At one time, when
I have a feeling you're going to do very well here.
There's
In fact,
a voice in my
if you're
head
not
saying I want
outright
to
from
ride
here,
it.
you're from got to be some parallel version of it because my goodness, you would fit right in.
Well, you've talked about all my friends so far, so I would hope so.
Oh, good lord.
So yeah, that's what
that's a possibility.
That's where we're going, and
And why we're going there is, well, phase 2 of the plan. Allies, including members who sit on the council with the Masters of the Metaverse. And one of them happens to be here. An individual by the name of Professor Richard Gatling. Yeah. You're going to want to find this guy. I mean, we've got a general idea of where he's at. And convince him that, you know, maybe his friends are doing some potentially dangerous, you know, destroy the entire metaverse sort of things.
So we're going up to a dude that's literally named after a gun and being like, come and join our side?
technically the gun is named after him.
That's not better.
He invented it by accident while trying to create a machine that would launch seeds into rows.
Did he make the machine?
Yeah, but it killed thousands of people.
Yeah.
It's not better.
No,
But important that this individual sits on the council with the Masters of the Metaverse. He's got a vote. You know, he's a presence
So
there.
we're out here like,
We're
Yeah.
trying to turn potential enemies into potential allies.
Canvassing, you could say.
Yeah.
Ah, yes.
And, you know, having an influence with this individual is, well, it's twofold beneficial. And not only do we get somebody who's got a vote on the council, but they have a vote on the council because they're one of Crash Jackson's avatars. And if we can influence Crash Jackson's avatars, we are indirectly influencing Crash Jackson.
oh, it's like mind control by tiny pieces.
Sure. Yeah, we'll call it that.
Yeah,
it's easier to get somebody on your side if you already have all their friends with you.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was going for there.
have we thought about going into his dreams, and then that person's dream, and maybe influencing him that way?
We have, and it wouldn't work.
Ah, well then.
Yeah, we're going to try to go for the direct and, well, honest approach, which is why we chose the three of you. We think you're the best qualified.
I'm known for my honesty.
You're just there to keep them alive.
I'm known for keeping people alive, honestly.
Yeah.
So I'm the brains of this situation? That's a little...
You're the brains, I'm the charm,
Excellent.
and
And I'm not going with you.
What?
what?
No, we've got some other things that need to be taken care of. John Mox is going to be
What
out
if the shape needs shifting?
Then you probably have a better option right there in front of you. Let's be perfectly honest.
Fair enough.
I mean, most things, if you hit them hard enough, will change shape.
That's true.
I'm gonna need a stick and a rock.
But that means that
But I've got a stick.
Paul, that means that
And that's a rock.
you're on combat duty too.
I'll do what I can.
Everybody's
believe in
squishy,
you,
but
bud.
you.
I will. I'll
Just be
keep,
their wall.
I'll keep everyone safe.
They shouldn't be using anything scarier than bullets, and I'm pretty sure those don't work on you.
Shouldn't be a problem.
Wonderwall. Good.
I'm told someone has a bonkers idea for a hashtag hack attack, so adding to the chaos pool here.
What could possibly
Whatever
go
it
wrong?
is, no matter how dumb, do it.
Nothing tops a rap battle.
Some of my best Saturdays have started with that advice.
Accurate. So just try to keep him on track, Princess. And Paul, keep Princess Hedgehog on track.
What?
Just
nothing.
be yourselves. Let him know that you're good guys. That's really all he cares about, right? I mean, judging by his file, he's one of the nicer avatars.
Yeah, he's a
And
genuine
he's
good
the
guy.
one that made a gun that
On
literally
accident.
plants people?
I mean, who
On
hasn't accidentally
accident.
made a weapon where they were trying to do something nice?
Apparently, that's his curse. Anything he makes is a lethal weapon, whether he wants it to be or not.
The man ran an orphanage for 12 years. They all
So
died.
we're not worried that him making our acquaintance is going to turn us into a lethal weapon?
He's not creating your acquaintance from scratch. He's meeting
Okay.
a person. He's not. I think this applies only to his inventions, not just like,
Yeah.
you know, if he tries to use hairspray, it's not going to turn into a flamethrower.
Well,
But
you
if he
said
tries to-
making something, you make someone's acquaintance.
Fair.
It's nice to make your acquaintance.
Boom.
When have you ever said that to somebody?
Just now.
Okay, that other than that.
I mean, kind of never, because I assume we're already friends, but
Exactly.
I mean, a friend's just a stranger you met before.
And you've met Crash Jackson before. Granted,
I suppose that's
it was a
true.
flash of lightning, but
It was quick.
it counts. He said hi. So it's like you're not making his acquaintance because you kind of already know him.
all right. That made no sense, but I'm here for it.
Just get him to listen. That's all you got to do.
Okay.
We don't need anything set in stone. We just need groundwork to build upon. Also, if you see anything cool, take it.
Ah, well then.
Okay.
Area, do whatever they.
So, pets. We're going to have so many pets.
And guns. So many guns.
Did we give it a number? Did we give the metaverse a number designation yet?
We have not.
Well, what do we call it in the computer?
The Weird West.
Great.
So, we're going to the Weird West.
The Weird West.
Okay, now say Weird West door.
Weird West door.
Weird
A
West.
portal opens in front of you.
Weird,
Oh,
weird
that's
West.
very cool.
Weird
I
West.
run through the door.
The door closes behind her.
I said,
Princess
Weird
Hedgehog
West.
is gone.
Oh, yeah. Weird West door.
Portal opens in front of you.
Weird West beer.
Nothing happens.
Damn. Well, go through the door then.
And it closes.
Well, see you on the other side. Weird West door.
And a portal opens in front of you.
I stride through.
And you find yourselves in beautiful, beautiful countryside.
Ah, love the countryside.
Rolling hills leading into mountains, trees, very rugged and raw and undeveloped. No roads, no buildings,
Well, I mean, no roads.
and no roads either. I mean, that's something entirely different.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful.
Here overcomes. Bye, guys. Have fun.
Bye, Jonah Mox.
Ah, well then.
Bye, Jonah Fox. I run over to the nearest rock and I pick it up. What's underneath it?
I'm
Friends.
way too heavy. I mean, I try to help, but nothing's happening.
I pick up your foot. What's
Yeah.
underneath it?
I haven't been here long enough for there to be anything under there.
Not the nearest stone on the ground that is not Paul. There is, in fact, yes, perhaps even family relations, not actually related because an entirely different dimension, but theoretically.
We're all one big
Really?
family.
There's a mycelial network here.
Yeah. An extensive one. And it's old.
It's old. I poke my finger into it.
Oh my.
It's warm.
Yes, indeed.
I'm going to ask it a question.
It doesn't seem to have reached that level of
I'm a
intellect and
mushroom.
response yet.
Aw,
Very, very primitive.
very, very primitive. Fine.
But who knows? In a few million
Where
years,
are the people at?
in a few million years, you never know.
Oh, fine.
I scanned the horizon for any signs of civilization, any smoke wisps, anything that looks like it may be a clearing in the trees up ahead. Was it like there may be something going through them, or a mountain pass? Because often people go from here to there. They will follow the path. You head towards the path, you will find people if they haven't passed.
You, in fact, can spot something fairly quickly. There looks like a spot that is definitely a clearing.
Ah,
And judging by the terrain around here, probably not naturally so. It's lovely forested. Beautiful, too. It's a beautiful
So
time
you're
of year.
telling me
Weather
that
is perfect.
people cut down a bunch of trees in that direction?
Probably. I mean, it's something that they tend to do in places that they develop.
I'm gonna start marching toward it. You know that you're supposed to respect nature, and I just can't believe people are doing be like this. Are you coming with me?
Yeah, I'm on my way.
Okay.
I did a little research on these artifacts. I believe intent has something to do with how they execute, so we shouldn't be terribly far from Mr. Dick Gatling. So,
And before long, you reach the outskirts of this clearing. It's primitive, kind of a shanty-looking town. It's not exactly great, you know. Log cabins, but not milled lumber, just kind of cut and put into place. People definitely, carved their way out of the land here.
It's gonna be crawling with beetles.
Splintery outhouse. I like that.
Yeah, outhouse, well dug in the ground. Clearly no water.
Hopefully not near
plumbing
the
or,
outhouse. That's
You know,
bad place for a whale.
no electricity.
You have died of dysentery.
And not a single person in sight. In fact, a couple of the doors, though poorly made, are hanging off hinges, and those are definitely some bullet holes in some of these buildings.
Are they Gatling gun holes?
Hard to say.
I mean, actually, Gatling gun has a very specific pattern when moved at a specific rate, so you could tell if it was Gatling gunned. I think.
One would
Tuk,
think.
tuk, tuk,
Was
tuk,
it tuk
tuk.
tuk tuk or was it?
They're kind of scattered
Yeah, scatter shots. Yes.
Oh.
here and there.
Is there a bar? It appears to be a tavern or a
No actual saloon.
keg
No.
of some type sitting around just randomly, maybe a perchance. Bottle that
saloons
has
of
a cork
obvious
lid
thing.
still.
Going for a closer look, maybe examine
Yeah,
some
just
of these
go for it.
buildings.
Yeah.
It looks like a lot of these buildings have been rummaged through and, well, looted would be the way that I'd probably describe it.
There's rum, is there?
So there's probably not going to be anything of particular value.
Looks fairly recent, too.
A recent rummaging.
Yes. Is there any blood? Bile, hair, bits of bone?
A few places where, there's definitely some blood on the ground here and there, and that's when you find the first dead body.
Gunshot wound.
Yeah, gunshot wound in the back.
Oh.
In the bag.
I do some quick CSI work. How long are we talking?
Maybe 6 or 7 days at the most. I mean, there's some bloating and some
Okay.
putrefaction, but it's not horrible yet.
It's a nice putrefaction. The pleasant putrefaction has been.
Oh, it just hasn't gotten to the worst stage yet.
Yes, well.
Well,
There
and
are
before long,
trees nearby?
you find a few more
Oh dear.
dead bodies. Not many, but a few. Not nearly as many as, should occupy a settlement of this size. I mean, there should probably be at
So
least
some people
30
died,
or 40 people, and you
and some
find
got taken away.
Is there
4 or
any
5 dead bodies.
trail where you can see like the trail of dead, like going out of town, or like a clear like pathway where someone may have recently come through, guns blazing. as they
Do
would
you
say.
have the survival skill by chance?
Survival skill. I do. I have survival. Yes, it's a 10 plus 2.
All right. Can I get a D10 and a D6 and add 2? We're overworking Bork.
Burn, beanie burn.
Yep. That's it so far. That's a critical failure for you.
I would say that there should be a Benny somewhere for that.
You can't say that word.
I mean, I can't say that word.
Why can't you say that word?
You must substitute Bork for that word.
Seems to be a bork in that book somewhere.
Thank you.
There's a what?
What?
Apparently, I can't say bork. I only say bork when I say bork. Very odd. Well, I'd like to spend a bork.
All right. You can't on a critical failure to re-roll, unfortunately.
Oh,
You're on your own.
No.
What's happened? Yeah.
I have already started like collecting seeds from plants and things around and kind of shoving them into bullet holes.
You might want to pull the bodies out of the buildings, so they actually have someplace to grow.
Have you seen trees? They're amazing. They'll grow up through anything.
If they can get light inside the buildings. Not going to happen.
I mean, you say that.
Hashtag hack attack. It seems the Borks have followed you. You must replace the following words / concepts with Bork. Gun, gunpowder, Benny, Gatling, any curse words, Leo, Bleo, Cleo, and Leo, reroll, question, everybody,
What?
rummage, horse, rocket, also hashtag jam for Crete.
Try and keep up with that, guys.
In perpetuity?
For the episode.
Okay.
Now in Bork.
That's it.
All right.
Wait, okay. Oh no.
Wait, even our names?
Didn't have her own strength. My
Yeah, I'm
God,
not doing
woman.
that.
But it doesn't say names.
It doesn't
Yeah.
say names.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
we are Bork, and Bork. But
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Wait, okay, so
That one is
so
a proper
Bork,
noun.
Bork.
What happens to me if I don't, if I mess up? Do I die or what?
I don't Bork and no.
Oh, okay.
What the Bork is this?
Getting a Bork.
I don't-
Shooting a Bork.
And this, of course, applies to Borky Body.
Can we just say that as I'm trying to write down these words and saying Bork at the same time, I keep not writing down the word and writing down Bork instead?
Bork,
Wait,
Bork,
I
Bork.
can't say any Bork words?
No Bork words.
Bork.
Can't say the Bork word.
Can't say the Bork word.
Concepts.
Okay. Good
Concepts.
Lord. I would like
This is
to
a really
Bork
long
my
list.
God, this is a long list. I have a Bork. Oh,
Oh,
Luckily, we
yeah.
can waste at least 45 minutes on this.
all right.
Borky Body, just do your best.
Ah,
Okay.
good Lord. Okay. This is a long list.
Yep.
Okay.
What a borking mess.
It's okay. I said whatever dumb thing they thought of.
That's incredible.
That's pretty dumb.
All right. Fantastic. Here we go. So,
Bork. Well, it looks like you borked up that. No tracking available for you with the
No,
critical
no,
failure
no.
there.
Yeah, but what about everyone else's?
Good question.
okay.
I don't know if anyone else has the
So,
survival
Dr.
skill.
Rocks, what do you think?
I think, or any luck discerning a trail, Warren Winston Williams.
No, it's
the third?
very, very odd. It seems like every time I look for a trail, all I get is a borking Bork.
What?
A Borking Bork.
The Bork?
There shouldn't be any Borks here.
Well, these Bork holes in these buildings seem to indicate that somebody may have come from that direction, but I don't see any Bork tracks in the ground or any...
Hashtag Benny just testing the sensor. Bork, 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 borking, borka, borka.
Can I use notice to see if there are any tracks?
Unfortunately, I'm going to require the survival skill
Uh,
for it.
I'll give it a shot. Yeah, I got a
You
6.
have it? All right, I'll take
Yeah.
a 6 and a 6. Let's see if the backup tracker can pull anything off.
No.
Do you want to spend a Bork?
I think at this point it's going to be worth it.
All
yeah.
right, personal Bork or a store Bork?
Personal.
Personal Bork. Let's re-roll that.
Your own
That's 6 aces
personal
and becomes
Borker.
an 11.
Okay.
In fact, you do find Bork tracks. There are definitely Bork tracks here.
Bork tracks?
Glad I didn't take you for granted.
There are Bork tracks over there.
Yeah, you can see the imprint of the Bork shoes in the ground. Some different time periods went on here too. Clearly, like there was a lot of individuals here at one point, probably about 7 days or so ago. But then fairly recently, maybe a day or so, a smaller group was here, and another single individual. And there was clearly a Bork fight.
Really? And then they
And
rode their Borks out of town.
then they rode their Borks in. But they took this other one with them.
Well, I'm gonna start striding down that direction.
Yes, it seems this has been a highly trafficked area over the last few days, but we have a heading.
Head that direction then.
Yep. Hedgehog's way ahead of me.
Just marching down the road. I got little legs, but you're gonna have to work hard to keep up. Let's go.
No, not really a road, just kind of off into the hills. You go through the trees and past all the brush. Trying to keep up on this, trail of Bork tracks.
And I keep an eye out for any changes in the scenery that may indicate of who these ruffians may have been, or what their intents were with these persons which they extinguished with their firearms or their riding animals.
You can ride pretty much any animal. I'm going to need you to be more specific.
Later.
Wonderful, wonderful. Now you follow this trail for some distance, several hours up into the hills, and then you can kind of smell a campfire and see a wisp of smoke in the distance.
If you want to hop on, by all means.
Oh, thank you. Excellent.
Oh, are we doing the 3-person again? Okay. Well,
Do you have a Snuggie?
we'll look very intimidating as we crest the hill, so it might be worth it.
Coming borks a blazing or very, very quietly?
Jonamox charged me with your protection, so if we start strong, maybe that'll avert Bork fire.
Well
around.
then.
Yep.
But the Bork.
What's
Fair enough.
scarier than a Warren Winston Williams and a Princess Hedgehog on top of a pole?
Ooh. Do we have a
Bork?
Armageddon cloak?
No, I came in
well then.
naked.
Yeah. That's unfortunate.
Naked came I.
Well, that's usually the best way.
You come closer and closer towards this smell and the wisp of smoke, and you can hear low voices, and then someone is distinctly, you would say diplomatically speaking to them, perhaps? Trying to negotiate, maybe even?
I tell you again, you are doing nothing but making a terrible mistake. This is not good for any party involved.
You just shut up. We're going to get more hostage money because of you.
I don't think you understand the concept of ransom. Now, when you kidnap a person, generally, like if you're just trying to get a ransom for them, right? You want something in return. You want some money. You want some custom. Am I right?
Yeah.
All right. See, look at that. You're looking for some money. So somebody comes in and they're there to pay that ransom. What do you do?
Well, we take them hostage, and then we get 2 people to hold for ransom.
Then who pays that ransom?
Somebody else.
And when they show up, what do you do?
We take them hostage, too.
And you don't see a problem with the way this has been working out for you so far.
Not yet.
How many hostages do you have?
More than...
Let's just say more than a handful.
Yeah,
Mhm.
more than a handful.
And how much gold did you get from that?
Well, we gotta wait for it. The boss says it'll happen.
Mhm.
They'll pay.
And every time somebody shows up to pay, you kidnap them, though.
Well, we're the first one, but there'll be more.
So you are on a string of serial kidnappings starting with me.
Well, there were the other folks first. I mean, and then
And I came to get them.
but you're worth more because you're one of them rough riders. You're famous, Gatling.
You understand that we don't use money in Yosemite, right?
But you got stuff.
We do. Clearly, you have thought this out.
The boss is really smart.
Oh my, a giant rock monster.
And then striding into the clearing, there was in fact a giant rock monster with a Princess Hedgehog and Warren Winston Williams III riding on them.
If I may interject, I have some questions.
Numerous bewildered outlaws turn their borks upon you.
Whoa,
Oh, wow,
Granite.
look at all those borks.
Everyone remain calm.
I dismount the stone.
I climb higher up the stone.
That's a much smaller man
said,
riding
look
on
here
that
now.
big giant one.
Do we shoot them or are they more hostages?
Well, I don't know. Did they bring money? Are you here to pay a ransom?
We come in peace.
Oh, they're hostages then. Huh? All right.
You understand that is a 9-foot-tall giant that looks to be made of granite. What exactly are you going to do to take him hostage?
He must be worth a lot.
What are you gonna do? Wrestle him? You gonna shoot him with that gun?
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Excuse me there. I can't really wave. Good sir, rock man, person. I cannot tell your gender.
I don't have one, and Paul.
Oh,
is
now
my
that
name.
does make a lot of sense then. Yes. Oh, right. Paul. Have you ever been shot with a bullet before, Paul?
Many times.
How does that work?
Well, normally the ballistics they flatten pretty thoroughly. Sometimes they explode into shrapnel on impact. I'm usually fine. Are you, by any chance, Professor Dick Bork?
No, I am not.
But we were sent here to find a Dick Bork.
That's not me.
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
You fit the description of a Dick Bork pretty closely.
I'm afraid you've got the wrong man.
Let me attempt this. You, sir, are you an inventor of sorts?
Yes.
Have you invented, perhaps, a contraption to insert seeds rapidly into the ground, which then became a weapon?
I do not feel comfortable answering that question to what I'm assuming is a limey with a rock monster.
Limey, I do say, sir. Limey, aren't you just a chuff like that? Look at that there. Yes, I like this man. Do you have a drink about
So
you, sir?
you didn't invent the Bork Bork?
No, I have no idea what a bork is.
Well, it's the thing that was just described to you, where
It was not described in any sort of. No, there was nothing that was described to me at all. In fact.
You see, your rapid seed planting machine became a weapon. We cannot speak of this name because of some type of spell which...
Once again, I fear you have the wrong person.
Of course we do. No, I see what you're saying here with these friends of yours. Would not like that, would they?
Now what now?
Your friends here, that you are acquainted with.
Oh, no. These are professional kidnappers, not friends.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
we don't like that, do we?
Do you require assistance?
All right, enough talking. Shoot him.
I just told. Okay, fine.
Let's go into some cards.
Okay.
I just don't believe that the ballistics on this are going to work out the way you hope to.
I'm just doing this right now.
Now, if you had someone with a heart of shell,
Yep.
you know, I may have invented something that would work out perfectly for you, young man.
Oh, and it looks like them shout and shoot him means that they're going to get to go first and use their borks to fire upon you. I hate you, all of you. I hate you.
See, is this not money better spent than buying James Borks?
Well, you're going to need all the borks you can get here in a second. We're going to do some shooting at you.
And what a way to bring in new viewers and to make us completely incomprehensible to anyone watching the show for the first time.
What the bork?
Yeah, what the bork?
What the Bork?
I don't borkin know what's borking going on here.
Neither will anyone else.
It wasn't our Borkin idea.
I guess we're just borked.
Yep.
All right, we're going to do some dice rolls
That's why
as
it's the final season
they
and not the
use
first.
their
Not
implements
throwing away my
that
Bork.
make projectiles go through the air at a high velocity upon you.
Okay.
And because there's a dozen of them, there's going to be some of those things fired at you, because I can say that word. We're going to start with a whole bunch of them that are going to go towards the big rock monster because, well,
Big rock monster.
the big rock monster is terrifying.
Yep. Drawn fire.
So if I can get six-sided dice rolls.
It's they're yelling in chat, but like I don't understand what they're saying either.
With
Everybody loses. Okay.
Everybody loses. And it's about Borkin time. 4 of those are going to hit. Let's see if any of them are actually capable of harming you, however. That's a different story. None of those are raises, so let's do 2d8 for damage, and we're going to do this 4 total times. The first one, oh, that one aces. We might have something here. 13.
Oh, no.
Hashtag Bork for in case things don't go as planned. Helen, you're pretty.
Oh,
I'm pretty. Oh.
Well, I mean, it's Sharon.
Hey,
Sharon's opinion means a lot to me.
No. She's the only one of us who's ever right. So obviously you are pretty.
Fair.
Well then.
That's working right. So a 13's not going to do it.
Nope.
All right, let's try 2d8 again. See if we can beat that toughness of
Bouncing up.
Paul's. 10, also not going to do it. Let's do it again. 10, not going to do it, and let's do it again.
Yep.
9. So none of those shots do anything to Paul, simply ricocheting off of their body with zero effect. Absolutely terrifying to these outlaws with their borks. Yeah, I hate you. And then we will do the rest of them. Only 2 of them are going to use their borks on Princess Hedgehog. So we can get 2 6-sided
We're
dice rolls.
providing
Oh
some
no,
partial
but I'm
cover.
so small.
Yep. Got partial cover from Paul there. And because of partial, neither of those are going to come close. You're kind of able to just duck down and only your ears really stick out. And not a thing.
I'd get more piercings though.
Hey,
Potentially.
better than Claire's.
And then 3 more 6-sided dice as they fire at Warren Winston Williams with their borks.
They wouldn't dare.
Ah, that's 6 aces. And aces again.
Uh-oh.
One of them is a crack shot and is going to hit you with a raise. If I can get 2d8 and a d6 rolled for damage against Warren Winston Williams.
This is going to go really poorly for you in just a second.
7. Does 7 beat your toughness?
Let's see how.
No.
Measure my toughness. That's 8 plus 2.
No.
No.
No. A volley of fire comes forth, and not a single one of the shots from these weapons proves even remotely effective against any of you.
Well, that's because Borks only can deal non-lethal damage. Everyone knows that.
Now you're borking right. And it looks like the 8 of diamonds is next. Warren Winston Williams III, you will be up first.
How close are we to these 2
Hashtag
gems plus
Bork
our
because
captain?
Christian, you're pretty too.
Aw.
Really, the entire cast and crew is quite fetching.
Yeah, well,
Oh.
It's true.
Oh,
thank you. Indubitably.
we're fetching.
What am I
Watch, that'll
fetching?
get outlawed now
Like
too.
dogs.
I'm forking fetching.
Catching.
Oh, different. Okay. Got it. Yes, well, there's actually a dozen of them, but a few of them are still trying to make off with the bound and struggling
Oh, the man is...
Professor Richard.
Yeah, they're getting me.
So-
Oh no.
So
Away.
with that, yes, sir. Suggestion. No. Oh.
Oh no,
You're speaking out.
I'm looking around.
Ah, so as we want to make sure that Mr. Bork here is safe.
I'm telling you, you have the wrong person. My name is not Bork.
Of course, it's not.
No, it really is not. I'm telling
How
you.
close are we to these gentlemen?
Oh, maybe 30, 40 feet. It's pretty
40.
close.
Yeah, that's too bad. Well, then I guess I will have to use my weapon, this intrepid. What am I packing today? Right, my Wilkes 320 laser pistol.
Yes, using a laser pistol in the Wild West. Truly
it.
going to get some attention here.
Let's see here.
How
Yes,
many times are you going to use this? Are you going to attempt to shoot both of the individuals dragging him away?
I think I will attempt to shoot both of these individuals.
All right, what do you have for a shooting skill?
My shooting skill is an 8.
All right, so you're going to be at -2 because you're firing twice, but you do get to roll that twice. So you can get a D8 and a D6 rolled for the first shot.
Pew.
A 5 is good enough to hit, and the second shot will do it again.
Pew.
That won't. Would you like to spend a Bork to re-roll?
I would like to
Bork to
spend
Bork.
a Bork.
Would you like to spend a store Bork or a personal Bork?
Oh, I think I'll spend a store Bork because you have many of them.
All right, a store Bork spent and re-rolled
Ha!
the 6 aces and becomes an 8. So we're going to hit once normally and once with a raise. What is the listed damage for that laser pistol?
Ah, yes, the listed damage is 3d6.
Ouch. So the regular hit is going to do 3d6 for damage. And that's going to have an ace roll and 16. That is one very dead outlaw dropped to the ground with that shot.
Of course it is.
The second one was the raise, so it's going to be 4d6 for the listed damage on that one. A little meaner, and another ace roll. And both of them drop, promptly no longer dragging.
Does someone smell barbecue?
Yeah, it is. The smell is, yeah, that's cooking. That's cooking flesh.
Ooh, charming.
I say, is that focus light?
Apparently so. Let's see who's
It's
next
a
on the
laser
cards. Princess Hedgehog.
It's me. Can you tell me the lay of the land after?
Well, those two individuals are down, but the ones that were shooting at the lot of you are still.
Great. In that case, since I don't need to protect anyone at the moment, yeah, I'm going to cast Fire Burst.
Oh, yes.
Yes,
I see.
cone-shaped attack for 2d6 damage.
Wait, what is your spell casting?
It's a
capability?
12.
12? We can get a d12 and a d6 as Princess Hedgehog creates a flamethrower
Oh no!
from their hands.
Oh, yeah.
Do you want to spend a
I
bork?
would like to spend a bork to bork.
Do you want a personal bork or a store bork?
Store bork.
Store bork. Let's re-roll that.
Bork to bork. Belly to belly.
12 aces. Oh my.
Work to Orson.
22. Yeah, that's going to be a success with a raise. The listed damage is 2d6, but because you got a raise, that's going to make it 3d6. If we can roll 3d6 for damage done, as a flamethrower is created out of thin air from the extended hands of Princess Hedgehog.
11.
Oof. And the 8 gun-toting individuals are now, well, on fire and on the ground.
Well done.
Toasty. That's
Before
what
you
get
could
for
even
cutting
do
down
anything
trees.
to protect your allies, Paul, it's over as quick as it began.
Oh, I did plenty. It's all good.
You rock, sir.
Indeed. He kept me from getting.
Anyone?
Yes, I happen to have my survival knife. I take over to Mr. Bork here and say, Richard, nice to meet you. I'm Warren. Let me free you, sir.
Thank you.
Snip. Offer in my hand.
Oh, yeah. Pleased to meet you.
Indubitably.
Yes, good to meet you all there, big fella. You very tall. Very tall.
A rock monster, a person with a focused light, and well, that is a very fancy-looking pistol that they're holding there.
Indeed.
I don't suppose I could take a look at that for just a
Well,
minute.
of course, sir. Of course you
Oh,
may.
some
Just
of
one-
us make fire out of our poems.
Right,
sure,
but I have
look
seen
at
magic
the
before.
board.
This I have not. Okay.
Put the safety on in a way in
Link.
which he cannot accidentally shoot himself or me.
Right. Yeah, I'd never be able to figure that out. A safety, a little button here on the side that says safety on it. That has the red means go and
Red means
black
go,
means stop. Okay.
It also reads your bioprints.
It's
So,
oh, look at that.
The workmanship is phenomenal on it. You don't see how someone could just manufacture something like this. It's beyond anything that the East or anyone has made.
Mm-hmm.
You don't even recognize the majority of the materials.
Well, I would like to peruse that for some time. And
you certainly don't recognize the name on the side for what is clearly the branding.
Wilkes, I do not know who Mr. Wilkes is. I'm not familiar with any of his.
He had a booth at the last fair I was at.
Were we at the same fair? Were you at St. Louis?
I've been to St. Louis, indeed, sir.
Yeah.
Nice place.
Well, this was fun. I do thank you.
We actually, I'm pretty sure, came to talk with you.
Oh, well, I'm glad that we had this chance. You all have a fine day.
Perhaps you should sit yourself down, sir.
Well, I have been sitting up against this here tree for, I want to say several hours, and I do have to go save all these other hostages.
Perhaps
More hostages, more friends.
More friends? Would you like some assistance?
I was hoping for a more non-violent approach to this, maybe talk them out of their stupidity. They are, while a bad-intentioned group, slightly dumber than stumps.
That was very diplomatic of you.
I'm a professional diplomat, so I should hope so.
I am also a fan of the non-violent approach. If you would simply like some intimidating backup on your mission, I would be glad to assist.
You look like you would kill without thinking twice about it.
Probably, but I can come up with something else to do.
What is your name, little one?
I'm Princess Hedgehog.
You are just so tiny. Look at you.
I was made that way.
Fungal? You look fungal.
I am fungal.
I didn't mean that as an insult, but
No.
you have an
I'm
earthy
blushing
smell
a little
about
bit.
you. It's earthy.
Earthy.
That may be my boots, but
Nobody's called me earthy in such a long time. You have a good nose.
No, yes,
That's
oh.
a compliment from my people.
Well, my grandmother wanted me to be a sommelier, and well, as it turns out, here in the Americas, we only have 2 kinds of wine, and neither of them are very good.
Well, we would love to assist you, and I will attempt not to kill anyone.
I can't promise the same, but I'd love to assist just the same.
Well, I mean, that is excellent news to hear, because I'm not 100% sure which direction that they went in.
Oh.
And I'm not a skilled tracker myself, and I would hate to have to spend most of my day
Warren
inventing a
is.
machine that can do the tracking for me.
I am a skilled tracker, just happens to be.
You know, I could sense that about you the first time I met you. I was like,
It's
this
the
man
pith
right here,
helmet.
he has a nose for hunting things down. He has a nose for what is right and wrong, and he is looking to help people.
You're a politician, aren't you, sir?
Not by trade, sir, but I am a salesman by trade.
Indeed.
I've been a
Well,
peddler all over this great country and all over several other great countries, including the mystical Orient, which I am told we should not call it that anymore.
Indeed. So,
I wanted to make sure we're not getting into some misunderstanding. What is your name, my good man?
Yes, of course. My name... Now, isn't that interesting? Wait. Now I see what is happening. Yes, the universe. Always pulling tricks on us when you pilot types are around. But, not for me. I am a non-player character. You may call me Professor Richard Gatling. I'm not bound by your laws.
Dick Bork. It's so nice to meet you.
And nice to meet you, too.
well, Dick. Let me see if I can find this trail for you.
Really?
You've got the survival skill with me?
I do have verbal skill on here, yeah. It's a 10 plus 2.
The D10 and the D6, and let's add 2 to the result. 6 aces. Doing a little better than that first time.
Because it aced
dang.
again.
Oh, yeah, quite easily.
Okay.
You were able to pick up a well-used trail.
About borking time.
You estimate that there
They
are
went that
probably
away.
close to 30 hostages. and
30.
At least another 40 outlaws.
Oh.
40 outlaws.
Yeah, a whole group of them.
No, well then. That's easy enough.
Heading up into these hills towards the mountains.
Well, I found that trail. Shall we, come up with a plan?
Yes, absolutely. Let's mount our borks and get...
I see.
Fascinating.
Let's find the livestock and get moving.
The man rides a pig.
Which, you know, suits
The
all of
equine
you.
sword, sir. The equine sword. I think you knew exactly what I was saying, and I think you're trying to wind me up, and I don't appreciate it.
Which suits all
Good
of you
looking man,
fairly
though.
well.
Very nice looking.
Princess, these equines are very large in comparison to yourself, so you might want to ride. And unfortunately for Paul, riding, well, not healthy for the equine.
No, I wouldn't never do that.
I would just like to point out that I do have a writing skill.
I'm
And-
aware.
I have never met something that I have not wanted to tackle, so
Well, now,
Just would have to do so in a non-traditional fashion for this animal, in comparison with how these two individuals ride.
Now, I've never really cared for riding the back one myself. I'm more of a wagon man, a bit of a boatsman, if you don't mind my saying so. I have quite a bevy of maritime experience from one coast to another and everywhere in between, landlocked or not.
is there about us a conveyance of some cart of some sort?
Unfortunately, no. And the way the terrain's designed, it would be disastrous to attempt to move one through here.
Well then. We're probably moving slow enough then if you stay on foot, my good man, to keep up. We will try not to surpass you in speed?
There's no point in not taking it slow at this point. We know they're not going to kill the hostages. They gave away that part of their plan easily enough.
And what a diabolical and well thought out plan.
Oh, have you heard about this?
And they were disclosing as we arrived.
Something about how, like, they kidnap somebody and then they ask for money, and when somebody comes to bring them money, then they kidnap that person as well, which actually doesn't seem like a bad idea as long as they're
Well, if
bringing
you're
money
trying to
with them.
build a workforce, absolutely, but that's not what they're doing. Plus, the way that they're trying to build that workforce is illegal in both sides of the country, so it's still bad.
Sure. But in theory, it's not actually like. No, I'm just saying, if the people came with the money, they still get the money and more hostages. I don't see what the problem is.
Because after the second time it happens, they send the army.
Oh.
And then all of these outlaws, these would-be ne'er-do-wells, are dead in the middle of the country. And I mean, that's very sad, but nobody's ever going to think about them again. I'm trying to look out for these poor people.
For the kidnappers?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, and obviously, the kidnappees are going to be my first priority, but I mean, these dumb bastards are going to get themselves all killed out.
Now,
And it's not going to take a lot of time.
you do seem rather Bork-bent on saving people. And it just so happens that we are also in the business of saving people.
All right. Professional do-gooders. I always like that.
Do-somethingers.
You Baptist then?
I don't water. I mean, I do, but not like. You don't submerge me.
No, keeping your bodily functions to yourself is your own business, and I'm hoping to keep it that way too. I was not trying to pry. I was looking more towards your spiritual aspirations.
I consider myself baptized at the bottle.
Hello, Mr. Richard Bork. You have balked with Bork for the Bork time, and there will be Bork-aquences. I hope you enjoy them. #edgelord. Maybe you should just roll a few critical failures to fix your karma ahead of time. Bork.
Nice.
Boy.
Good job.
You barked up now.
Yeah. He doesn't realize that I get to use the GM bent edges too, right? Oh, sorry.
What?
Well, I'm non-player character.
Oh my gosh.
Oh. Playing it
So,
both
hey,
sides.
thank you. Thank you very much.
Lord.
Fair enough. How you proceed to follow this very easy to follow trail?
How do you tell where they are stepping? That is...
Follow the indentations of the dirt.
I was made for the city myself.
Everything on the rock, the trees, also the ruts. The large trail through the grass. Pretty obvious, actually, even without my skills to go, they went that away.
Really good. Really good.
Now, following along, it occurs to you, Professor, that while you were aware of the pilot types, physically being here is not something that they do.
Oh, so maybe in the back of my head I shouldn't be trusting them 100%?
Maybe.
Maybe I'm there already.
Something is definitely afoot here. And some distant connection you have, it feels a slight bit of irritation every time you look at them.
Interesting.
I do have that effect on people. Very charming. Also a little bit irritating.
Can confirm.
I'm getting all this personal information about you strangers. That's just great. Great.
Anyway, so what I was trying to say is that if you wanted to save people on a much larger scale, you might consider joining our band because you see, there's this whole thing where like you are trying to save people on like a micro scale by like talking to them bit by bit. We're trying to save people on a macro scale by, you know, keeping the universe from imploding on itself. And we feel like you could be a huge part of that.
Oh, thank you so much. But you know, I've already saved the universe one time or tried to help in my own small way. And between you and me, it was a lot.
Of course, if you haven't got the gumption to do it again, so I certainly understand Americans as they are.
Just put somebody, I just knew the person who's in charge of that particular aspect of my life is doing a fine job of it, near as I can tell.
Now, what an interesting thing you've just said.
Whatever do you mean?
The person who is in charge that thing could potentially be the problem.
Now, don't beat around the bush, little one. Go ahead, say what you're going to say.
The bush is bigger than me. I'm not attacking it directly. Did you have something to say? Right. So the masters of ye olde metaverse did in fact save the universe and everything in it. But due to maybe bloated bureaucracy and a sense of godhood, it's possible that maybe, and I'm kind of fuzzy on the details if I'm being perfectly honest. I'm just kind of fuzzy all over the place. But I was thinking, well, not thinking. We have significant evidence that maybe they're not doing the greatest job.
What? Now, you ran in so many circles during that little speech there that I'm not even sure what exactly the who is in that particular sentence we're talking about.
So you said that you helped somebody, maybe by the name of Kurt Jensen.
Oh, what now? Kurt Jensen?
Crash Jackson. If I say it out loud, I'm worried that I'm going to get
That's the devil,
fireballed
right?
through the head.
Yes.
By what? You talking about Crash Jackson?
Ew.
Oh, nice boy, good boy.
Sure.
Fine boy.
Have you ever heard of the term absolute power corrupts absolutely?
Absolutely.
Well, he's got some pretty absolute power. And I think one thing follows another. And, you see...
I don't. Explain it to me, little one.
Does anybody else want to take this one over?
Absolutely. Essentially, the masters have set into motion a sequence of events that is going to reduce the world into a singularity collective.
No, actually, I've heard about this exact thing from the masters themselves. It's about that ozone layer, right?
The ozone layer will be an issue for a few decades and will eventually be
I was told to avoid chlorofluorocarbons. I don't even know what those are. I'm a scientist.
I tend to avoid them anyway.
Stopping acid rain before it starts.
No, don't worry. We are on that. We have, I think, one of the finest on this side of the country, mind you, ecological working centers that helps work with the land instead of taking from it all the time. Okay?
Are you creating any inventions for this ecological center, or are you just an advisor?
Oh, no. My inventions, while good in theory, and I did intend to not turn out exactly the way I want them to. Case in point, my hot drink dispenser.
Oh, is that the one that shoots liquid so hot that it can melt people's faces off?
Right off. Yeah, their faces just come right off. Moment of touch, just they melt like wax.
I went to a
It occurs to
Starbucks
you
that could do that.
The professor doesn't understand the scope of what you're
Yeah.
trying to explain.
It's commendable what you're doing here, but I think you may
Thank you.
misunderstand me.
Well, this is my first time talking to a rock man, so I'm
man.
doing my absolute best. You don't talk very fast, and so I assume that you have a lot to say in a little amount of time, and I'm trying to understand the scope of what that is.
Essentially, this is a multi-metaversal threat that's, according to...
So this could go, say, as far as Charlotte or
No.
San Francisco.
Much.
No,
You know the
My God, Europe?
even bigger. I want you to imagine,
Eurasia?
if you
East
will,
Asia.
the entire world. The whole of it. Even the parts that have not yet been discovered. It is one candle. One candle. It is here. Now I want you to imagine all around it more candles.
Okay,
And
all right.
more candles.
I'm not picturing a room full of candles.
A room full of candles. More
Steams.
candles than sit on top of, I don't know, Roosevelt's kid birthday cake? I don't know how old he is now.
Imagine a Sting video.
No. Room full of candles. Each one of those is a world. A whole world. All right? Some of them are bigger than even worlds.
Now, the young Jackson boy, he always did this, talking about there are worlds within. He talks so funny, and you're doing the same thing. That's just so cute. I can tell you know him already. You must be fast friends indeed. Oh, we're
And
almost
by
there.
fast friends, do you mean we're running away from him pretty fast?
Now, why on earth would he be chasing you?
Because we're trying to keep the candles from going out, and he's part of the problem that's blowing them out.
I think you may be just worked up over nothing now.
Are you a drinking man, sir?
In what way?
Do you drink?
I
Alcoholic beverages.
have
Do you
been
enjoy
known to take back a cordial from time to time.
You're time to time, man. Well, let me explain this maybe in a way, in a metaphor you can understand. You see, you're talking about your world as maybe being one cordial, a good beer on a Sunday afternoon. These men are trying to destroy the brewery, and we must stop them.
Yeah, we're all talking in metaphors now. Isn't that fun? Oh, look at that. I'm happy as a clam. See what I did there? Now we're all doing it. That's fine. That's just fine.
So,
I thought I was going to like you a lot more.
I don't know why I get that so often. What about it do you find me distasteful?
I feel like maybe these concepts aren't as hard as to grasp as you seem to think they are.
Look, I don't want you to think that I just am outright dismissing what you're telling me.
Yeah, that's what it feels like.
I'm sorry
Out
it
for your
feels
own
that
good,
way,
it seems.
and I appreciate those feelings, I do. But you are three strangers, two of whom are monsters on my world.
I'm not that bad, am I?
No, basically you are everything that is wrong with colonization. You understand that, right?
Thank you. Welcome to
And
the
also
club.
you have a rock man. So,
not a man.
I tell you what, Sony came out with a better product later on. I'll buy it.
all I'm saying is, if I can't trust you as far as I can throw you, it's not just because you're 1,400 pounds soaking wet.
That very perceptible. Exactly 1,400 pounds with a thin coating of water. My goodness.
I'm a math guy.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And you have reached the foot of these mountains, and you can see different plumes of smoke coming out, some of them from a cave system. There's a cave system here. Tents set up and numerous armed outlaws wandering about, but not a single hostage in sight.
Well, I should probably announce that I'm here so they all surrender.
We want to hold off on that, sir. Perhaps you figure out where the captives are and a plan rather than just riling them up. They don't seem very keen on your tactics from the last time. It seemed you had your hands tied by them.
Well, it's because I went in unprepared, you see.
And you're prepared now?
I am.
With what?
Well, I have 3 monsters. And, well, a weapon, if I need so.
I would prefer it didn't come to violence.
Oh, no, don't worry. Don't worry. I'm not going to kill anybody with this gun. That's not really my bag anymore. Been working on other things. May I present to you Professor Richard Gadling's non-lethal projectile launcher? Tell me something. Have you ever been in a gunfight but you didn't want to cause any damage to anyone?
No.
Have you ever been in a situation where your life was threatened and you wanted to be threatening back without actually the cost on your soul of taking that life? Well, let me present to you Richard Gatling's handheld projectile launcher. Now, this fires nets, it fires sandbags, it fires rock salt. Load whatever you want in there, and it will fire out the other end. Now, small disclaimer, there is a small possibility now if you were to put something like nails or quarters or anything that is not necessarily guaranteed to be non-lethal. For example, it also holds normal bullets. But if you fire one of those, I cannot guarantee the non-lethality of it, depending on where in their body that you have shot them and their susceptibility to ballistic damage, you understand?
And do you have 40-some-odd rounds to take down an entire posse of these kidnappers?
Well, I am glad that you asked me that.
Ah, yeah.
I am very glad. Now, have you ever been in this situation before? You are in a gunfight and you are with people that you absolutely certain that you need to save them.
Tell me more.
But you are outnumbered. You are outborked. You don't know if you are going to survive this day with all of the Borks flying at you.
Well, this has happened to me. Tell me, what would I do in such a situation, sir?
Well, you would fire your weapon at them until it ran out of
I
Borks,
would,
correct?
I would, and that never seems to work well for me.
Absolutely not, because eventually you are going to run out. Am I right?
There's got to be a better way.
There is, and let me tell you what it is. That's right, a second pistol. I really haven't found a way to make the revolver work in a way that lets me reload it very quickly. Now, I've got these little speed loader guys, but at the end of the day, you just need a second pistol. That's all anybody really needs. More guns are good guns. That's what I'm saying.
So, to recap.
Mm-hmm. Not going to kill anybody.
You cannot kill 6 people and then kill everyone after that.
Absolutely, yeah.
It's not a bad plan, I'd say.
Well, I figure at that point you already told them 6 times.
Telling him once more. Perhaps we figure out where the captain's are.
I'm a pacifist, sir, not a moron.
I like this man.
That's okay. That one thought she'd like me more.
The craftsmanship is solid.
That's what I built. Solid craftsmanship. This one took me nearly 5 minutes to put together.
So I look at the camp and see if I can see whether there are people there being held in mass.
Nowhere. We'd see them.
There would be an indication there of taking them out of where they're captive, one at a time or small groups, to relieve themselves. Even the worst of captors don't like people sitting in their own smells and things for long.
That is so. It's hard to say for sure, but you do notice that one of these cavern openings clearly has guards posted in front of it, which might be an indication of something.
Ah, look, guards.
Either they're protecting someone or something within.
I get the feeling that maybe they're protecting someone or something within.
Ah, very good, sir.
Well, I could draw attention and fire whilst Bork go and save
I see
the
you're not much of a
hostages.
talker. You're not much of a talker, and that's fine. You're not here to make speeches. You're a man of action.
No,
Have
it's
another thought. How many guards are on this?
2 on the outside and however many on the inside that they need.
Great.
At least a dozen or so out front in the caverns, and other. And according to Warren Winston, there's traffic for at least 30 or 40 of them up here. You might
But the
not see
ones
them.
that are guarding the hostages specifically.
Yeah, there's only a couple there, but there are quite a few wandering around in the immediate area. Lots.
Sure. So I am capable of making people fly. And as a non-lethal option, I feel like picking them up, slamming them together non-lethally, and then depositing them a little ways away is a great way to clear some space
And you
and
can
let
get rid
some
of
people out.
30 people that way?
We can't get rid of 30 people, but I can get rid of quite a lot of people. If I do the math on this one, I'm going to do some math. I still have how many PowerPoints do I still have? At least 10.
Where are they keeping their food? Probably in there, huh?
Definitely one of those caves.
Very possibly.
Well, they're keeping their alcohol.
No, I don't
I
imagine
can
that
move
they're...
at least 4 people.
Is there a way to get up above these gentlemen they're guarding?
Oh, yeah.
To come up from above, maybe.
Absolutely.
So, if perchance, Miss Button Mushroom here, would you,
How dare you?
They are
Sorry.
my favorite, though. I love the button
Right.
mushrooms better than the other ones. And
Princess?
Is it because they're cute or because they're tasty? Don't answer that. Go on.
Yes, indeed. So, if I go up above,
Mm.
and I bring Mr. Rockhound here with me,
Mm.
he can camouflage himself as part of the landscape.
Mm.
And then, at the right moment, you begin non-lethally shooting people for sick people. And we go down and into the cave while you, outside the cave, fly, smashy. Distraction.
I'm here for it.
All the while.
Do you process oxygen
I'm a
like
boulder.
Until we attack.
like a mammal, or do you process oxygen like a fungus?
Like a fungus.
Do you take nutrients from the soil, or do you take them from food or the air?
Both.
Both.
Yes.
Okay.
Uh-huh. Yep. If I feel like I need a little bit extra, I'll just plant myself for a little while.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, we need everybody back, and we need them alive.
Mm-hmm.
But they're in a cave.
Yes.
Now, normally, the right thing to do if there were a group of beds in a cave would be to smoke them out.
Sure.
But that's going to put, obviously, the people in danger of smoke inhalation and dying of that. If they are captives, they are unable to run. Now, what if, instead of smoking them out, we
Spore them out.
gassed or
mean-
spored them out? Yeah, you see what I was thinking of the mushrooms and the way that they shoot those little clouds of dust up in the air.
Hashtag Bork Princess Hedgehog does have hallucinogenic sponge friend.
do.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Do you now?
I do. Would you like me to go get him?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll be right
So
back.
before I climb off of the rocks, we're going to eat your friends. It's a dangerous time to me, but I mean,
And we use that.
surely good.
It got hallucinogenic effects that would like a mushroom. I see how they did that now. That's very funny. I could probably put something to aerosolize that throughout the cave.
You can just rub your
Anybody who's tied up is going to be feeling the same as anybody who's not tied up.
You can just
But
rub the ammunition on the bullets and then projectile them into the person, and they would die.
yeah.
But have mushrooms.
So what about a spray or a bug bomb? Like a let me see what it is. It's hallucinogenic, you say?
Yes. You have to be very, very careful because the spores make everybody outrageously happy.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
It's hard to control though, since the direction of the wind can affect, and also
Not in a cave, it can't. Wind only goes one direction in the cave.
You're the cave of the wind, sir.
Are you about to invent something?
I think I am.
you have to be nice to my friend.
I'm not going to hurt your friend at all. I'm just going to soak your friend in alcohol for a couple of minutes and then pour the alcohol out and use that.
You have alcohol.
Yeah? To dress wounds.
Oh,
You see, the Gatling self-surgery machine for when you're suffering from wounds from borks and other borks does tend to leave a bloody mess at the end. So alcohol is necessary.
indeed.
I just want to make sure, yeah, alcohol is going to be fine for something like this.
Can you
correct?
science it for me?
Yeah.
You want to do some
Yeah,
science?
I'd like to
there?
do some science. I know I have some familiarity with it. I did.
What do
some
you have for
research.
science over there?
Science, that's going to be a 10 plus 2.
Okay,
Can
a
I
D10
assist?
and a D6. Oh, absolutely. Do you want to do that assist first? What is your science
It's
score?
just an 8, but
All right, a D8 and a D6 first for the assist. And a 5 will definitely give you an additional +1 bonus. So a D10 and a D6 with a +3 bonus.
yeah.
Oh,
Ooh.
you science the heck out of that.
Mm-hmm.
The bork out of that, if I may.
Well, long term, it could be disastrous. Short term, not so. And from your assessment of this particular hallucinogenic fungus and how it is developed, it doesn't have the nerve response to feel pain as you would describe it. So it should be no ill effect.
Might even enjoy it.
If we leave it in there too long, it'll dry out real fast. But as long as you put some
Yeah.
water in there after, you'll probably be all right.
Extensive exposure would probably be bad.
Yep.
But a few minutes, theoretically, it might enjoy the
Yeah.
experience.
Okay.
Let me just check and make sure he consents. Gonna hold my breath. We
Now,
have a deal.
Fashion together a tank with a pump, and and just basically make a giant water balloon bomb.
Nobody
that-
breathe.
I'm going to need a repair roll
You
from
okay with
Yeah,
that, boys?
yeah, I would imagine that you would. That does
he's
make a
totally
lot of
into
sense.
it.
You want a weird
Excellent.
science roll from me instead?
Actually, yeah, weird science would probably be better.
I'm basically doing like sleep
All right, a D12
or
and a D6.
something like that. Yeah, D12 and a D6.
Oh, yeah, that's 6 aces. 10, that's going to be a success with a raise. You've devised your system. You can spray it at quite some distance. In fact, you could.
The idea is
you
I'm-
could probably be able to get.
The
all
idea
of
is
them.
I'm making it into a large ball, and I'm rolling that ball all the way into the, and then
You should even get the ones out front.
Yep.
What did you make the ball from?
metal and wood, and it's basically like branches tied together, plus a whole bunch of stuff I had in my toolkit that shouldn't have been there, like large plates of metal.
Yeah, it was the most amazing thing. As the professor was assembling things, objects that couldn't possibly fit in the toolkit keep coming out of the toolkit and being placed into this device.
Nice.
It's then slowly rolled down the hill, picks up speed, bounces a few times. A few shocked eyes follow it as it lands down in front of the cave, and then mist emanates from it. And it rolls, bounces into one of the caves, and disappears. And after a few moments, some of the men start standing around looking funny. You see the size of that chicken? One of them says.
Now we just walk in. What? They're gonna see a mushroom queen and a giant rock man. It's not gonna be that weird when there's a bunch of chickens running around.
Par for the course.
You walk down the hill, and yeah, their eyes are enlarged. So the pupils are very dilated. As you come near a pair of them, it's like, the scary monsters, are they going to get us? And everyone leans in and whispers close. They can't see us. We're in the spirit world.
We're in the spirit world, asshole. They can't see us.
All hail your new queen.
When you can quote Young Guns, you should quote Young Guns.
And you enter a cavern. You can hear giggling and laughing as you enter this cavern.
Aw,
And there
what a
is
beautiful day we've given them.
a large group of, hostages, you could describe them.
Am I immune to
citizens.
this?
At this point, no.
then,
Yourself
good.
and the professor.
You're not covering your mouths or anything. Like
Yourself, you are ecstatic. You're the happiest you've ever been. And you are distinctly hallucinating.
This is not my first rodeo.
Let's save some people.
It's not even a
You've,
rodeo.
in fact, had this experience a few times, usually
Yes, I have.
planned out and in special circumstances. Not your first time doing
Even
hallucinogenics.
got skittles. No? All right.
Are you like the white guy doing this tea ceremony with the tribe? That's so perfect
this is
for
gonna be
you.
awesome.
Yes.
Pretty sure I'm an honorary member now.
Right.
Yeah. That's
You
Warren.
bring up Nutella.
He refers to them as our people. He's like,
Yeah.
They're all like, fuck this dude. I mean, burp this dude.
okay, Thunderheart, back the fuck up. Okay.
Yeah, it's rather cringeworthy. But no one seems to be stopping you. It's going to be a little bit difficult work to herd the hallucinating hostages out, but not so bad.
That's fine. They're already tied together anyway. We just leave them out. We're just hurting. We've got
Yeah.
an incredly strong giant man.
What?
Yeah.
And before long, you have extricated these hostages from this cave system
Oh, I've never extricated before. Ooh, excuse me.
and up into the hillside and leaving the camp behind to continue
I'm going to
hallucinate.
make sure I make a note of where the camp is on the map. You know, like
Mhm.
if they've taken any of my things when they took me hostage, I'm getting those things back.
You recover some possessions. And, some very poorly drawn out plans on the cave wall about the plan of hostages and then people sending ransom and taking those people as hostages. And it goes on
I'm
for
gonna
like
take
12
I'm
stages.
gonna take a daguerreotype of that just because.
It goes on for like 12 stages. And the only reason it comes to an
We're gonna
end,
need to be here for 30 minutes so I can take this picture.
and the only reason it comes to an end is the wall space runs out, but otherwise you're pretty sure that it would just keep going.
It just says,
Yeah.
step 1, hostages. Step 2, question mark. Step 3, money.
Profit.
Yeah.
And it's well thought out. You can tell. There are some definite geniuses behind this planning out here.
I'm gonna do like a Goodwill Hunting and just like smudge out a thing or two and like make the equation suddenly make sense to do good crime.
Good crime hunting.
How do you like them felonies?
Bad will hunting.
Yeah. Well, it occurs to you that you insert the idea of not actually taking hostages, but claiming you have hostages and demanding ransom and kind of fix it.
Infinite money glitch.
Yeah, infinite money.
money.
You just claim you have hostages and constantly.
Hey everyone, these magic bracelets make this feeling last forever. Start handing out manacles to the bandits.
They begin cuffing themselves.
Brilliant.
Well, looks like our work here is done.
Excellent.
You guys look so absolutely blooming. I mean, you smell like red to me.
Right?
So because of that, I'm more than happy to listen to what you have to say to me. You've proven yourselves very heroic today. And tell me how my one of my very dearest friends and one of the most powerful beings in the known universe is a bad man and doing the wrong thing.
Before we get started, I just need to check in. Is it morally wrong of us to have this conversation while he's tripping his tits up?
Well,
No.
we're not. We're just opening the door for further conversation, and he is always free to change his mind after the fact.
It's not his first rodeo. He knows what's what.
Not
I don't
even a
need you to
rodeo?
convince me of anything but that you are not bad people and that you're not out to hurt my friend.
Oh,
We're not.
we're
so
not
convince me of that.
going to hurt. We have no intention of hurting anyone. I don't think we could hurt him if we
But
wanted
you are
to.
actively working against the council, is that correct?
What?
To save them as well.
From themselves.
Uh-huh.
They are
And
not.
am I the first council member that you have spoken to?
Yeah.
That's what I have.
And why did you choose me?
Good looking, sir.
Why did you really choose me?
I wasn't really part of the decision making.
We knew you had a connection with Crash.
You have a certain moral standard.
Everybody on that council has a connection with that boy in one way or another. Mine is a bit more emotional than others, I admit. But I also know that he is a man who has perceptions that are different than mine. He sees things differently. He hears things differently than I do. And I don't know what to call that, but I suppose it can be possible that it could cloud your judgment at times. So I'm willing to hear you out. But as childlike as that man seems, he has always been wise beyond his years. And his heart has always been in the right place. So if you want me to act against him in any way, or just as a favor to my new friends, not report back to the council that there is a group actively working against them, we can have that conversation.
I believe wholeheartedly that Crash thinks he is acting in the best interests of everyone and everything, because that is how he has always purported himself. However, it is possible to do everything right and still be wrong. And unfortunately, I think in trying to do everything right, he's somehow lost sight of what he is truly doing. It's our intention to speak to you, hoping that you can help him refocus. I know that he looks to you, or has looked to you, as a part of his moral compass. We are trying to reach him through you so that we don't have to reach him another way, in a more destructive way. And I know that's something that you appreciate.
Certainly. So is your intention, if it doesn't work out, you're going to fight him?
I don't think we'd
Basically,
win
the
that fight.
council created a peacekeeping force that decided that the ultimate peace was everyone dead. And now it's creeping across the verses like a blight and consuming everything. #shout.
Well put. Now, when you say it like that.
I think the princess put it rather eloquently.
I do too.
I can't add anything to that.
And you've seen the effects of this,
We have,
and he is not.
yes.
Have you showed him?
I don't think we're important enough to him.
I think we want to lay some groundwork first before we do that.
So you're building a case.
Exactly.
All right. You just earned your first character witness. I can't offer much more than that.
That's mostly all what we're looking for.
Good.
If you would accompany us, though, that would be the equivalent of a raise on this action.
Well, it looks like you can find me easily enough. And I have a lot of work to do here. We're building a country. Maybe someday I'll one country again. That might be nice.
Well, if you work with us to help, there will be still a country left to build.
Here's to ground crew status.
We've made a friend.
Ready for pickup?
Oh, I don't know if I'm ready to say goodbye to Dick Bork.
I still don't know who that is.
I feel like I need to take my clothing off and run through this field first.
Oh, God, I thought that was just me. All right.
Shall we?
Give us 10 minutes. Everybody strip, run to the hills.
Run through the hills.
And so the naked frolicking commences. Yeah, that just happened.
And y'all think that you're still hallucinating
It's like,
when you see
does
the bits,
Paul, like,
but you're
put on
not.
his shirt so he can take it off?
Yes.
I've always wanted to do this.
I've been carrying this around for weeks.
And then at first you think perhaps you are still hallucinating. A metal object appears from the sky.
I've seen the Reliance.
Yeah.
It shows up at meetings every once in a while.
And there it is.
You're on the Reliance.
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful ship, beautiful ship. Pierce on that thing?
I mean,
Still then, yes?
yeah.
Well, I won't be accompanying you today then, but you come by and pick me up whenever you need me. I'm happy to help argue your case with you.
Thank you. It's very nice to meet you.
Oh, it's very nice to meet you too. I'm sorry you didn't like me better.
Well, I like you a lot more now.
Like this fine, Mr. Bork. Good to meet you.
Boy, I hope that goes away next time we meet.
Bork too.
Dying to know what that fork was for.
And the ship lands, the doors open, and you board. About borking time. What's going on?
Pierce, my penis is out.
Mine's still full.
What?
I don't
Do
have
I
a
even-
penis.
No, don't tell me. Don't tell me. We gotta go. Warren, put some clothes on.
Helicopters do this, right?
Close the doors. I don't want to see that. Close the doors.
Ow, my face! Stop it!
Let's go. Let's go. Everybody out. Ah,
Goodbye, adventurers.
Goodbye.
Where are my pants?
and away you head across the space between dimensions again. So if you'll get dressed, we've got another stop to make. We're gonna make another friend. This one might be a little more interesting. Are you familiar with 00668, the metaverse?
Not directly.
Sounds
Superheroes.
super familiar. Oh, so
Yeah.
super familiar.
Yeah, super familiar. Is also known as Sentinel City.
Ooh, oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no. No, ooh.
Oh, so you've read some of the files.
I
Okay.
have read some of the files. That's a big bad dude. Not bad dude. Just he got like muscles and also rocket boots. Sorry, borket boots.
Yes. That would be Butch Baker. That's our next point of contact.
Cool. Cool.
Now this might be a little more dangerous, as you know, superheroes also means super villains.
Yeah.
And a lot's happened
Combined
in
by
this
this.
particular metaverse. A lot of wild and crazy things have happened. But recently, they tended to calm down after a whole scenario of terribleness and repeating history and resetting time loop stuff and mind control and all. But most of the big bad stuff got taken care of here.
Most of it?
Well, yeah, you know, stuff always pops up in a superhero, super villain place. You know, it's how it is. But it's mostly calm these days. You know, no more apocalypse level threats.
Ah, well.
Okay.
But none of that really matters. What you're there for is to convince Butch Baker. You know, kind of like you clearly worked with Professor Richard Bork. Why is that happening?
Other
The metaverse works in mysterious ways.
Yeah, the metaverse can go bork itself.
The metaverse would if it could.
But it can't, so it won't.
So it borked us instead.
I see.
I mean, there is an argument to be made philosophically that it is always borking itself.
And has always borked.
That's the only way it can work.
Thank you, Paul.
Mhm.
I will never be able to erase that from my mind.
I mean, there's always this talk of black holes, so.
Anything you can do to prep us on Mr. Baker?
Don't get killed. Don't lie to him. He'll know. He once retired from the superhero business to become a private detective. So,
Oh, so we're dealing with yet another dick?
I suppose. Yeah. But he's back in the superhero business. These days, he runs like an orphanage and school for all these superhero children who've lost their parents. Raises them, teaches them how to responsibly use their powers, along with his wife, Abigail Baker, also known as, Titan.
Not all heroes wear capes.
Yep, that's
I
a
bet
fact.
these ones do.
A lot of them do.
Mrs. Baker. She wears a cape.
Mrs. Baker wears a cape. Butch is not fond of the whole costume thing. And is in general not a fan of most of the superhero antics.
I'm fine. We're
Kind
fine.
of a down-to-earth
We're fine.
person, so maybe try to relate to him on a human.
On a grounded.
Grounded level. Yeah, grounded level. Yeah, that's. Also controls kinetic energy, so don't fight him; he'll kill you.
Yeah, I mean.
And I mean, like, he will actually kill you. He could rip you apart with his brain,
Cool.
or however it is that it controls kinetic energy. I'm not really sure. For some reason, I'm not particularly fond of him. I don't know why, but I'm just not.
So, how do we do this portal thing?
Kind of like before, the Weird West, except now it's 00668.
00668 door.
A portal opens in front of you.
I dive through it.
00668 door.
Portal opens in front of you.
I walk through.
Don't forget your pants.
Pants, right. Good planning. Pants are mine, good, yes. All right. Diagonally. Oh, wait. No. 00668 door.
And a portal opens before you.
I dive through.
The three of you find yourselves on the outskirts of what was, you might call it a campus, I don't know, a set of buildings, an institution. There's a variety of words that would work. A compound. It is mostly, blown up and on fire at the present moment.
Boy.
Bits of it are everywhere, strewn about. It looks extremely recent, like this just happened, maybe minutes before you arrived. Can't see any bodies, thankfully. I mean, they could be buried in the rubble, but the one thing you do see is one of the signs that might have been out front is, in one of these piles, fire all around it, Baker House, written on the side of it there.
That's not good.
Home for wayward wolf.
Yeah. And it just looks absolutely destroyed. Butch. Wild goose chase. Very, very frustrating. And then coming into sight as you're flying at supersonic speeds across the landscape, the Baker House is blown up and on fire. Shit. And there's, looks like you got some culprits. A rock person, a short, you're not really sure what they are, and a guy in a funny hat.
That's fine.
Seems to be the only ones there. You don't see any of your kids, any of the students.
I'll check.
Abby is going to kill you. She told you.
I'm checking for movement, like just
None.
seeing what else is moving down there.
Abby is going to kill you. The one thing she said is, don't burn down the school. And there it is, on fire.
God damn it.
She leaves for Titan business for just a brief period of time.
Better her than me.
This happens.
All right, let's go figure out who these dickheads are.
an extremely fast-moving, black and reddish object moves by you, around you, and then lands.
Hi.
Where are my kids?
We were kind of wondering the same thing, not for nefarious reasons.
Why are we doing this? Who is this? What are you?
Hi,
Hi.
I'm Princess Hedgehog.
We're not shaking hands.
Why not?
Because my house is blown up and all of my kids are
this is
missing.
your house. Oh, this is your house?
We just got here.
I mean, before the fire, it was probably really nice.
Do I know you? How do I not know you?
I've got that kind of face.
I cannot get a hold of Hal when she's off planet, so I'm gonna have to take your word for it. I don't like that at all.
Oh.
So I had about 99 children that were here when I left about an hour and a half ago.
Problems, am I right? Huh? What? There were 99 children. Do you need help finding them? I'm very good at finding things. Hi.
Hi. Are you
Hello.
from the Feywild or something?
I mean, basically.
Do you have a permit to
Sorry?
be here? I don't understand what you're doing here.
I mean, probably.
Is this like
might
some sort
call
of
it a
fairy trick?
Feywild.
Is there like a riddle that I have to solve to get my kids back?
I
What exactly
don't
kind of
think that it would
dumbass
help.
supervillain shit is this?
There's
I swear
no
to God, if
dumbass
there is a death ray
supervillain shit.
involved, I'm gonna just.
We just showed up. And we were like, hey, let's go visit our friend and neighbor. Oh my God, his house is on fire, and now here you are. Do you need help finding your kids, or don't you?
Okay, we are not neighbors, first of all.
You are really fast.
Oh my God.
Yep.
Are you still?
Have you ever looked at your hand?
Okay, so
I
he's
mean,
useless
really
right now.
looked at your hand.
Yes.
The only
Okay.
human-looking one of them is clearly high as balls.
Yeah. And from the 19th century?
Yeah.
Is that like a superhero gimmick thing too? Are you like a steampunk hero? Is that your deal?
Steampunk. I once took a steampunk. Did not appreciate it.
Oh my God. What is your gimmick? Boring old stories?
So, do you want help finding your children or not?
You think I can't find my kids by
Well,
myself?
you are asking us where your kids are. So
I'm
that's
just asking
making me
because
think
I'm
that maybe you
assuming that
can't
you're
find
the
them.
idiots that blew up my house and
You
took
knew
them.
Oh
What
God,
happens
do
when
you
you
think
were
if we
so-
were the idiots
I've
that blew
checked
up
for
your house and
remains.
took them, that
They're
we'd
clearly
still
not
be
blown up
here?
with the house. There's no DNA. So, I'm just wondering, did
Why
you see
would
anything?
we still be here?
Why would we steal the DNA?
I don't know, to tell me your demands.
Ah! I demand
Oh!
a donut.
This is classic supervillain stuff. Leave the henchmen
Oh!
behind. I assume you're the minions. To
Whoa,
tell
whoa,
me what
whoa,
your
whoa,
big bad
whoa,
evil guy
whoa,
wants in return for my
whoa.
kids.
I am not a minion. I am a princess.
That's a great gimmick. I love it.
Sorry to interrupt.
Minion
Minion
it?
here.
Oh, hello.
I know there's a guy who
A red hooded rogue guy comes up. And sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I'm the minion here.
Oh.
Ah, minion! I found him! Minion.
Thanks, guy.
Welcome, Bush.
Butch Baker, we have your children.
Yeah, I figured that much. All by myself, figured that out.
We are watching you. If you attempt to rescue them or interfere, there will be consequences.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Uh-huh.
You are to deliver us $10 billion
In Sentinel City money.
Sentinel City money.
Which is really only good in Sentinel City. That's fine. Okay, yeah.
$10 billion. In addition, we require all of Armor Guy's armor suits.
Because I can get those because we're best friends.
Yep. You have 48 hours to deliver these to a point that we will specify.
Mm-hmm.
And
we
if you
talk
don't
about
do
how
so,
long
there will be
48 hours is?
consequences for your children.
In the name of.
Oh, he's the name that can't be spoken.
Oh
Sorry.
God. Okay, one of those. Trying to make a name for himself. Okay, buddy. I'll tell you what. My wife is supposed to be home the day after tomorrow. That's less than 48 hours from now. If she gets here and my kids are not in their perfectly built home, I'm just going to nuke whatever continent you happen to be living on.
Consequences.
No.
But,
I understand. Those are my consequences.
Yeah.
These are yours, specifically Tim, or whatever your name is. I'm assuming it's Tim.
How'd you know?
I'm really good at this.
They're all named Tim.
Also, you're wearing a name tag that says Tim.
Minion.
It's required.
That's terrible. It's bad minioning.
That's bad bossing. He's doing a great job.
So,
at what he's
steal
been
my
asked to
arch
do.
rival's all of his stuff and just give it to you, Tim, or
Oh, no, there'll be another.
some
You'll be
coordinates.
contacted.
Drop
Yeah,
it off. Yeah,
coordinates,
yeah. And then you return the 99 superpowered children that I'm sure you're having no problem keeping under control.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I bet it's just real easy. So, tell you what, get a hold of me in about 24 hours. All right.
Yes. You are
After
you're
the
being
kid
watched.
that has nightmares that can, murder people, wakes up for the first time after you've lost a few guys, I'm pretty sure you're going to be calling me to end this thing because I don't have $10 billion and I don't have armor guide stuff.
Job in the world.
And remember, you're being watched if you attempt.
Yeah.
to track your hits.
Don't
There will
worry.
be
I'm not going to go
consequences.
because there's cameras that can catch
This
me when
man
I'm
seems
moving
to be
fast.
annoying you. Would you like me to shoot him?
No, just go get
And
your.
once you have reached
don't
the
mind.
end of the message, you will self-destruct.
Oh, son. of
And he explodes.
Oh, man.
Oh! Did that just
God.
happen, or did I imagine it?
Tim is
Tiny
pieces
Tim got even tinier.
splattered everywhere.
Not enough left on him to spread on toast now. Ooh, toast.
I have owned this home for 5.5 years. We bought it on an empty piece of property, cleared it all off myself, put up every single brick myself. This is the 4th time in 5 years it's gotten blown to pieces.
You must have good insurance.
We don't even have an insurance company here.
Oh.
Oh, good God!
So
Why?
you're clearly not from here. That's good news. Who sent you?
Oh, well, boy, one would say that the metaverse sent us.
Okay, pilots then?
Is it that obvious?
No.
And that's all the time we have for today's episode of The Reliables.
Okay.
You'll have to find out what happens when we come back next week for more episodes
Dun, dun,
of The
dun.
Reliables. Make sure you check out Zoe Game Night. Check out The Reliables Twitter. Check out The Reliables webpage. We'll get all the other cool Zoe stuff. Check out TFN. Thank you very much. Special thanks to Bork on tech tonight. Thank you,
Oh,
Bork.
yeah, Bork. Great job, Bork.
Thank you,
Good job,
Borg.
Bork. We love you, Bork.
And,
Send them extra love. They broke their toe.
and I hate every Borking one of you for Borking doing this to me.
That was,
Bork, next time,
was
everybody.
fun. It really was.
It really was. Yeah.
Bork.
I'm
Let's
so
just
freaking
never
high,
Bork
man.
and do it
I
again.
think we worked around it well enough.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Merch soon.
Nice.
Getting Borking merch.
We love
We're getting
merch.
merch?
Hey.
Zoe
Oh,
merch.
dang.
Oh, man. You
Oh,
really,
merch.
you ever really borked your Bork?
Well,
Dude.
then until next time, go Bork yourself.
You Bork.
Bye.
Bork.